All right. Hey, everybody, it's Delilah Cordova, and I am here again with another awesome interview on my Delilah's Book Tour week. Yay! So, between today, Wednesday, and tomorrow, Thursday, I'm going to have about 10 authors I'm going to be interviewing live on my Facebook page. And basically, that's due to the surge of interest that people are having in doing a live with me. So, if you're interested in coming on live with me, go ahead and go to marketingandcoffee.com and fill out the application and get on the schedule. All right, so today I have with me Leanne, the Barefoot Medium, and her book is called Shifting the Shit to Achieve Your Dreams. And I was debating whether to say that word or not. So, Leanne, go ahead and explain, or not explain yourself, but go ahead and tell them about yourself and then tell them about your book.
Okay, thank you so much, Delilah, for having me on your show. I'm so honored. As you said, I'm a international medium, a channel, transformational coach, and author. Originally from Australia and currently living in Colombia in South America. And I'm absolutely passionate about supporting people in transforming, changing, shifting their lives, whether it's around love, relationships, business, finance, health, well-being, all areas, to look at what limiting beliefs or fears or self-sabotage patterns may be playing out that's holding people back or keeping them stuck in their lives.
Wow.
So I love helping people and supporting people.
I think that's awesome. I do a lot of the law of attraction type things with my one client, Michael Ogier. Michael.
Yeah.
And limiting beliefs, it can hold you back from anything. And he does I don't know if you know what it's called, but like a motion code where he takes the magnets and around the meridian. But anyway,
nice.
So I think that this is a really important topic, and it's great for authors to hear because they have so many trapped emotions or limiting beliefs or blocks and things stopping them from pursuing, or living up to their full potential and getting out there like they, expect themselves to do. So I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
So with your book, do you have a copy of your book with you?
I do. So this is my book. And, as a medium and channel, I do bring through spirit energy and communicate with those in the spirit realms or energy and work a lot with the law of attraction. So, and work with clients about whether it's writing their own books and helping them in that process of what are the blocks, what are the limiting beliefs that are keeping them stuck in. The most common self-sabotage pattern for authors is procrastination.
Yes.
And, we all do it, and it's about, what's holding us back from stepping into writing and getting out into the world, what wisdom and knowledge we have that can help and support others.
Right. And I think procrastination can be my number one, especially when I get to a point where I'm at creative fatigue and I feel like I have a big weight or a block on me where I can't think past what I gotta do to finish my, projects that I'm on sometimes, and you can't see past that. So with the work that you do, is that something that you can help alleviate?
Yeah, so what I find is with self-sabotage patterns around what behaviors and actions, it often starts with a thought or the words that we're using. So we have to come back to being really conscious and really present to what stories we're telling ourselves with our words, our thoughts, because that's where it starts. And if we can catch that really early, we can stop it from becoming a habitual pattern. So the story around procrastination or overthinking or overwhelm, which is the emotion that goes with it, is, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, will people want to buy my book if that's what it's around? Will people want to hear what I have to say?
Right.
It's that.
It's that negativity that they're bubbling up and including in their vibration, right?
Exactly. And
Right.
our words, our thoughts, our stories are a vibration
Yeah.
energetically that we send out to the universe saying, hey, bring me this back.
Yeah.
And it's like going to a restaurant and putting an order in for, seafood if you don't eat seafood and you want meat. You know, it's what is the story that you're putting out there through your words and thoughts for the
Yep.
universe to bring back to you through your vibration, which
Right.
is the emotion and how you're feeling.
Right.
And that emotion and how you're feeling is around the worthiness, the story. Is it heavy or is it light? Is it loving or is it fear-based?
Right. And you know, the number one rule for law of attraction is that all it does is match vibrations. So if you're sending out a ton of negative vibration, all it's doing is matching that negative. All you're going to get is more negative. If you're sending out a ton of positive vibration and you're doing, hold on, I got this, watch, a vibe reset.
Ah, nice.
This is Michael Logier. I went to Vegas and I'm actually certified law of attraction now, but I haven't been practicing
Awesome.
like I'm supposed to because I have
Awesome.
procrastination number one.
Awesome. Okay. So one of the things that I'm going to show you is I've got this little duck here that I
Uh-huh.
work with clients with. And, it kind of represents the negativity, the heavy story, the vibrational stuff
Yeah.
that holds you back or keeps you limited or keeps you stuck. So I often talk to clients about the heavy ducks.
Yeah.
What's the heavy duck or the story that you're telling yourself
Right.
that's keeping you in the pattern of whether it's going around in circles or not stepping up and into your passion?
Right.
Write it down and go duck hunting. Go looking for them and write them out and then release them, let them go so that you can create the beautiful, amazing space for a
Right.
new story that you want to start telling yourself. I'm an amazing best-selling author internationally, and I'm doing that for whatever reason, intuitively. Whatever the story is you want to start telling, you've got to clear out those heavy ducks first.
Right. You gotta
You know,
eliminate. You gotta eliminate doubt at the end of the day,
exactly.
and you gotta be, a proof seeker, and you gotta seek
Yeah.
proof that, if you're in doubt, seek proof. You start seeking proof of what it can be and what it can be, and then you're gonna start including those in your vibration because you're gonna say, "Oh my God, it is possible because I'm seeking the proof and I'm doing the work to make it happen now." Instead
Yeah.
of sitting back and like, "Oh, I'll never have this, or I'll never be this, or you know what I mean?" That's all negative. And it's not enough.
Exactly. And
If you can't seek proof, do it. Seek proof.
yeah, exactly. And so, some of the words that I would suggest people start looking for that they're using and become conscious of
Right.
is but. Get rid of the buts. Like, but you tell a story and then you cut it. You cut
Yes.
the energy with the word but, and then you tell another story. So which story do you want to tell the universe? So is it that heavy story or is it your new one with doubt? So but represents doubt.
Yep. And
And that's
don't
the
not
biggest
know.
one. Always and never are
Yep.
two other really powerful words. I
Yes.
always get stuck or I always have problems. Whatever the story is that you're telling around always, the universe is going to make true. You're going to make true because that's the story.
Right.
And the reality is you are your biggest problem and you are your biggest solution.
Right. You are. You definitely are. So, it's okay to be negative, but you got to make sure you only do it briefly and not
Or go
continue
duck
on.
hunting
Yeah.
and look for what the stories are and clear them out. And then, ask yourself, is this the story that I want to continue making real for me?
Right. Right.
because you have a choice in each and every moment. Just
Right.
got to be present to it.
I love it. We're having the good vibes here. Like, yeah.
I have got my happy duck, but where is it? So this one represents the good story, the happy duck.
The happy duck.
So once you get rid of the heavy ducks, you can then start bringing in the happy ducks. And what's the beautiful, amazing story you want to start telling and creating in the world? So
Right.
that's essentially what I do in my transformational coaching programs is look at what the heavy ducks are and what's the story you want to be telling yourself.
Right. So what's some advice? I know because telling, like for me, it's difficult for me to tell my story and then come up with my story. I mean, I've done work, especially with Michael, and he's told me how my story should go and how I should do it, but I still struggle with my story. And if I just sat down and told my story and created content around my story, I know I'd be like 50 years past where I'm at right now. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is some advice for other authors who are struggling with building their story?
So the word that I've become conscious of you using there is struggle, struggle, struggle. So when we use that word struggle, it creates the energy of back and forwards and doubt.
Right.
So the first thing I would ask people to do if you're feeling like you've got struggle going on or challenges or problems is take a step back, get a piece of paper and a pen, go duck hunting and write down, I feel like I struggle with, and just allow it to come out.
Right.
Or take a day to go, okay, today I'm going to go duck hunting for my story around struggle. And I want to become present and aware and conscious of the story around struggle. And just write it down.
Nice.
Spend a day.
It's like doing a contrast to clarity, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And,
Nice.
it's kind of like you have to go duck hunting to be able to find what the story is you're currently telling yourself,
Right.
because there's some beautiful diamonds and some gifts in it.
There is. There is. And people don't realize how impactful each of our story is, Like you don't know somebody until they say their story, and then you don't really, especially in marketing, you don't have that know, like, and trust factor with
Mhm.
people until you know their story. And then once you know their story, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be more supportive of them than them just being some corporate or trying to look corporate online. So
Exactly. And the reality is there's, people like to connect with authenticity
yeah,
and real life and be able to have people that they can relate to. And, I'm going to put my hand up and say I've struggled in a number of different areas, and I've been a procrastinator, and I'm a little bit of procrastination going on with my next book. So I completely understand that process
right,
to go, okay, what is it that I'm sitting in procrastination for? Is it that, like you said, creativity overwhelm?
yeah,
And where do I start? And so, one of my other processes is a pen and paper and write out a list. Get all of the stuff out of your head and the little things that you need to do, which often block you from creativity.
nice.
And set aside a day where you allow yourself to just start.
Right. You gotta be, focused on you for a little bit of time and take a day out and just sit back, let the world stop and
Exactly.
get yourself together. Yeah. So that's my problem. I
Yeah.
don't take I don't take time out to do that.
And sometimes the universe needs you out of the way to bring you more opportunities or connections or things that you're asking for. So
Right.
sometimes taking that space for you is exactly the action you need to take,
Yeah, definitely.
because
Okay.
it gets you out of the way so that the universe can bring you the beautiful, happy ducks that you're asking for.
Right. Well, you like you said, with your limiting beliefs, you often stop your own self from doing anything. You're always in your own way, no matter how much you want to say you're not, or you're sitting there, busting your butt off for no reason, and you're just in your own way.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I'm always in my own way. Like,
So, and a little bit about my background. Like I said to you earlier, I worked in senior management in universities for 10 years, and I had this story that I'd taken on from my parents because I grew up seeing my mum worked, my dad worked, my dad
uh
did shift work, he was not home often, he worked hard. He brought money into the family home to support us. My mum worked. So my story around work and money and that side of things was you have to work hard to get money coming in. That was
right,
the story that I learned. And so in my university career, I worked very long hours, worked hard, was overwhelmed, was frustrated, was angry about having to work all the time and just wasn't enjoying life.
right,
And it impacted my relationship because I was always at work and I didn't have time for that. The relationship side's a whole nother story and working hard in relationship as well because it flows through that. Yeah.
yeah,
So I had to go duck hunting and look at my story that I had playing out around you have to work hard to be successful and be financially thriving. In reality, there's a whole nother story that you can start telling that is about, success, opportunities, financial resources, everything that you need comes to you quickly, easily, and in flow
right,
and in ways that's loving and joyful for you.
yeah, yeah. I
So
like
which
it.
story do you want to keep telling?
Right. The one of hardship or the one of success. Get you.
Exactly. But we do take on those stories from family or school or, so it's looking at, is it my story? Is it a story I've taken on? And is it one I want to keep telling?
Right. Right. So then, you are originally, I think everybody can tell, you are originally from Australia, right?
Yes.
And where are you now in the world?
I'm in Colombia, South America.
How the world does that happen? And why are you
Ah,
not in the U.S.? Why are you not in the
that
U.S.?
happens because as a psychic medium, I connect in with my guides who give me information and intuitive knowings about where I need to be in the world. And my previous relationship was with a Colombian who lived in Australia, and
I
I'd
see.
heard a lot about Colombia.
Uh-huh.
So I came here for a holiday, and I just loved the people, the environment, the lifestyle, and went back to Australia, and things got hard, struggle. My business was not getting clients in. I wasn't getting financial resources in. And my guides kept telling me I needed to move, but I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
So it got harder and harder until I went, okay, I surrender, I give up. You want me to be somewhere else to help different people? I'm willing. So
Yeah.
I sold everything and jumped on a plane 2 years ago, and here I am.
That's so exciting. I want to do it. I want to do it too.
It was well, it brought up a lot of challenges and a lot of limiting beliefs and stories for me that I had to move through. I spoke very little Spanish when I first got here.
As was my next
Um,
question. Like, do they speak
yeah,
Portuguese or do they speak Spanish?
Spanish. So
Tú hablas
I knew how to
español.
say, hola, ¿cómo estás? That's it. But my guides and the universe put me in connection with the right people to help me on my journey. The universe law of attraction puts the right people in your path at the right time. And I have, someone that I work with that has taught me almost from the beginning my Spanish, and, is intuitive and helps me do sessions here in Spanish. And so I've got a whole new story unfolding.
So lucky. I wish. How do I talk to my guide? Where are they at?
So, a lot of people believe in God, heaven, Buddha, Muhammad, whoever it is. For me, it's about an energy that we believe in. Whatever that looks like, feels like, or sounds like for you is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So angels are they're just energy that we believe in and we talk to. And so we can put a thought out to the universe in the same way, requesting help and support. And our intuition gives us information, guidance in our real world that if we're present and conscious to it, we will act on it. And like I said, I didn't listen to my intuition and things got really hard until I finally went, okay, I give up. It's about becoming present to hearing, seeing, and feeling what your intuition is talking to you about. That's the first step.
But how?
But how? Through your...
I don't know.
Everyone has intuition.
Okay.
Everyone has intuition. And
right.
I'll give you an example. When you meet someone, whether you intuitively go, or wow, there's a connection there. That's your intuition. That's your energy vibing with someone, if I put it that way.
So follow my vibes.
Follow your vibes. And if you walk into a restaurant, a house or whatever, and you go, you're picking up on energy.
Yeah. And
so, connecting with guides or even past loved ones is as simple as connecting with an energy and learning to communicate with it through your thoughts, your emotions, and your smell, taste, sound, all of it.
That was going to be my next question. Like, as a medium, do you see the people like ghosts?
So as a child, I'm what people call a natural medium. I came into the world with my abilities. I didn't really fully understand what that was. I would see energy or spirit or past loved ones in my room. I would hear them walking down the hallway. And I would feel their energy coming close to me and pick up on the emotion. And that was just the way they were trying to communicate with me. I've learnt throughout the years how to connect and communicate with them through that energy and that vibration, whether it's tarot cards. At 12 years old, I bought my first deck of tarot cards and started reading them just for fun for me, and now I understand that was my guides teaching me a symbolic language or a language through imagery that they can now put a symbol in my awareness, in my mind's eye, and I know what that means. I can see, I can feel a past loved one step into close to my energy and be able to then communicate and go, who are you? Where did you come from? What did you do? And how did you pass? And who are you connected to? So it's just, for me, it's a normal conversation.
So Okay, now I got real questions.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And it got real. All right, so
Uh-huh.
is it possible that you can do this like through the computer, or is there
Yep.
when you're not with somebody? So then,
Yep.
like, if I'm sitting here, you can see people.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Do I have
Uh-huh.
people?
I was waiting for you to ask that question.
I don't tell them not to touch me right now.
So, um, the first thing I would say for people, I do a lot of my work online. A lot of my clients are based in Australia, and I have clients in the US and internationally. So I do a lot of work online. It's exactly the same, it's just energy. The first thing I would say to people is, and to you, is don't be afraid. It's
But watch me when
it's
I'm being
just
sad.
yeah, but like think of it this way. They're just passed over loved ones. They're people you love
But I
that
don't
are
want
no
them.
longer in the physical world.
But I don't want them knowing what I'm doing. Especially when I'm being
I
naughty.
love your questions because they are common questions. So they will respect and honor you. So they don't watch you 24 hours a day. They don't look at what you're doing all of the time. They're there to support you, guide you, and help you in your everyday life when you're looking for clarity, guidance, support,
Yeah.
or love to help you. Like I had a beautiful client this morning on my radio program that had lost her son who was 15 in an accident, and it was very tragic. Through a series of events, we'd organised times for our appointment, but it kept changing, and it happened to be today, which is the day before the 4-year anniversary of his passing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our radio show ended up going down that line because her son took the opportunity to come in and connect and communicate with her and to guide her into how she can do more to help people move through grief and loss of a loved one, particularly a
Wow.
child.
Yeah. I'm flabbergasted. That's wow. So they're here. I have people with me right now. Like, I don't know why.
You always have guides with you. They're kind of like a team of support people, yeah, that you can call on and ask for help and support and get intuitive knowing. Your loved ones come in and connect with you when you're open and ready to hearing messages or when you need some help and support or guidance. So,
Right.
for example, you've got your mum is still living, yes?
Yes.
Her her mum has passed over, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So your grandmother on your mother's side has passed.
Yes.
Okay. So she was if I was to describe her personality, I've suddenly my energy's feeling quite calm, quite compassionate, quite loving, quite understanding. She would be a woman that was quite nurturing.
At least
Yeah?
so. Yeah, from what I knew over.
Okay. So you can check with your mum later.
So she's watching me?
So she's this very, very proud woman who's
Yeah.
standing behind you going, I'm incredibly proud of what you're doing and the steps you're taking with your business if we were to go there.
Oh wow.
So they come in to go, hey, I'm here to support you. I'm here to guide you. If there's anything that you need help and support with, then ask me and I'll bring that in. So I would say to you, she's here for you to say, don't forget to nurture and support and love yourself every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because you do and you give to so many other people
Yeah.
That when you give, that's when you step into overwhelm. So we come back to your initial question about overwhelm, procrastination, and how to step out of that. And your grandmother's coming in to help you.
Thanks, Grandma.
And so one of the ways, exactly. And so one of the ways that they do that is by reminding you of the love that you are and that you have to fill yourself up first.
Right.
Because that's abundance.
Right. Right.
And when you get into that vibration of abundance and nurture, support, love you, guess what the universe sends you?
More.
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 So your beautiful grandmother, who I just want to describe as graceful and elegant and yet a strong woman and a proud woman, is coming in to remind you and kind of give you a little bit of a kick up the bum, if I was to say that, to go, hey, take some time for you.
You're right.
Because
You're
it's
right.
important. And a lot of people that run their own businesses and help and support others forget that side of it. We have to receive.
Right. Right. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't get to I didn't really get to
That's how that works.
Yeah. I didn't really get to know her that much growing up. I mean, we would have conversations on the phone and stuff. Because when my mom brought me, they didn't even know that my mom had me. And my mom, I know you can tell, but my mom's African American, right? So when she brought me home to the family, they're like, "Whose white baby you babysitting?"
Yeah.
And my mom's like, "Well, no, this is my baby." And they're like, "Oh." Like, no.
What happened?
Who's my baby babysitting today? So, yeah, I didn't really get to know her very well, but that's awesome. I'm glad she.
Yeah, so she knows you, even if you don't know as much about them, they know you from an energetic perspective. And so I want to kind of wrap that up, because your grandmother's saying, talk to your mum, because your mum really needs to hear that she's okay and that she's still around her, because she misses her quite a lot.
Aww. Aww, okay.
Okay.
I'll tell her.
So all they want to do is come in and give love, really, and to reconnect.
Yeah.
And to let you know that you're doing a good job and that you're on the right path, and to encourage and support you.
Yeah. Aw. Okay.
So there you go.
That's cool. It's unexpected. That's the unexpected person I think that would be with me right now. You wouldn't expect her. I would think like maybe my father or somebody, but her. That's pretty cool.
And
right.
they respect your sense of privacy as well, and who is the best person to step forward at each moment. So if your grandmother's stepped forward in this scenario, we're also broadcasting, so bringing through your dad might be a very different response.
Yeah.
Emotionally. So they respect and know when the right space is to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So, it's not, I'm not saying he's not there, it's just let's respect the space that we're in today for you.
Right. Because if you start talking about him and everything,
I won't. Trust me, I won't, because he respects your space, and your grandmother's just coming in to say, hey, really proud of you, keep going.
Good. Okay. Well, anyway, this is your interview.
With my coaching, with my transformational work, I work with your loved ones and your guides in doing that work, because it's who I am.
Right. So in your book, the whole outline of it, do you mention a lot about for your medium work? And is it like a step-by-step? As I noticed that it was a spiral. So
This particular book is around working with the law of attraction and your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions,
Right.
and is really a practical guide and a workbook to support you in what steps to take to transform and change your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions in your everyday life. So that one's more focused on the personal and professional development side, and I have other books around the spiritual development.
Right. Okay, cool. Did you have those other books? Did you want to show them
I
off a little
do.
bit?
I
You
do.
do.
Thank you. So I've got 3 at the moment, a 4th one in the works. The first one is Psychic Development, Basics of Working with Spirit. So this one helps you learn about your intuition and the basics of working with energy and can use it in your everyday life. The second one is Psychic Development, Divination Tools, which is a step-by-step guide of how you can start doing, tarot readings, oracle cards, pendulums, all sorts of different tools to give yourself and others guidance for your everyday life. And then I have one on how to read the tarot intuitively.
I used to try to read tarot cards, but I didn't know what the world they all meant.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to be more intuitive of what was coming, as I was feeling, more
Yeah.
than what the cards actually meant, because I didn't read the book.
Yeah. And I have never read the tarot book, and when I teach people or through my book, it's all about intuitive meanings, because we all have different life experiences and situations in our life that spirit, universe, God, whoever it is you believe in, gives you to be able to help and support others and to use that knowledge and wisdom.
So when you get a tarot deck, right? Because it was my thoughts before when I first got my first tarot deck, right? It was given to me.
Yeah.
Now, is that the best way to get a tarot deck, or should you go and purchase a new deck to start working with?
It's up to you. So, like I said, I bought my first tarot deck at 12 and started playing around with that. When I stepped into more formally working with my gifts and developing, I was at a meditation circle and development circle, and the medium that happened to run that circle gifted me a set of tarot cards. And when he gave them to me, he said, okay, it's time to start teaching and working. So depends on how you want to do that. If I'm teaching someone, for example, like yourself, to read the tarot intuitively, I would say go with what feels right for you and look for a deck that has pictures, symbols, images, colors that match your personality and your style.
Right.
Because
was it the white
we need to be able to tap into that.
Right. Isn't it I think it's called White Rider
Weight.
Yeah. Aren't those is that the best one you can get, or is it
that's the best one to start learning with, because all other tarot decks are based on that. So if you can learn and read the Rider-Waite deck, then you can read any other tarot or oracle.
Nice.
So it's one of the best. It's one of the ones that I use for people as well.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Okay, we're good. Sorry, guys, everybody. We got a lot of people watching too. We're like, what the world?
Oh, awesome.
So yeah. So if we wanted to purchase all your books, do you have it on your website as a bundle package?
I don't have them as a bundle. They're all individual at the moment, but there is a 4th book in the series coming, which will be then bundled together, and that's the mediumship book. So, but yes, people can jump on my website, thebarefootmedium.com.au, and can purchase them directly on my website.
Nice. So would you prefer everybody went to your website to purchase?
Yeah.
I would too. I would too. So yeah, we're almost at time here. Thanks for everything today, and thanks for connecting me with my grandma.
Awesome. My pleasure.
And do you want to let them know once again how to connect with you? And I
Yeah.
also placed in the links on the post all of your connections and where to find your book. And then, but just let them know, and on video, just in case we use this somewhere else, how
Yeah.
to connect with you and
Yeah.
all that good information.
Okay. So people can connect with me through my website, thebarefootmedium.com.au, through Facebook, Leanne the Barefoot Medium, Instagram, YouTube, all of those good spaces, and subscribe to my mailing list to get monthly newsletters, find out about mediumship readings and sessions online or via phone, as well as coaching programs if people are interested in transforming and shifting their lives.
Nice. Woohoo! All right.
Woo-hoo.
You guys make sure that. So John Boltman is asking why barefoot.
Because I want to also live a balanced life and not feel spirit around me every minute of every day and connect with them every minute of every day. So particularly when I do large group events, I leave my shoes on to do my introduction. And then when I take my shoes off, spirit knows it's time that they can start connecting and communicating with me.
So they're conducive through your feet?
Well, it's just a signal to them to say, okay, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
It's like putting on, your headset to do radio. It's like turning on the television or something. For me, taking my shoes off is the go switch to say, okay, go, give me the information.
Oh, like I'm ready to be the conduit.
Exactly. So they know it's kind of my boundary around if I've got my shoes on, no.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
nice. Because otherwise they'll be
Yeah,
pestering you
because
all the time, like those TV shows.
yeah,
Or the ghost
exactly.
couple.
And I'm also I did some study with one of the ladies in the US from Sensing Murder, and I'm a certified psychic detective as well. So some of that energy can be quite heavy, and I don't want to feel that in my everyday life.
Yeah. Oh, that was one question I had because I didn't even get to ask. Last question, I swear.
Okay.
So you mentioned earlier in your background that you are in criminal justice, right? So have you
Yeah.
ever been called in to do medium work at like murder scenes or haunted houses or something like that?
In amongst at this point, I've done a couple of cases and work mainly online with that at the moment because obviously I'm based in Colombia, South America. I've I have two clients who are ex-homicide detectives from the UK, and I've looked at some cases with them. And I've done, as I said, done some study with Pam, I can't remember her surname, Cordova, in the US around psychic detective work as well. So I trust and know that I'll step further into that work when it's time.
Wow. So then the spirits of the victims, would they come
Yeah,
to you?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
No way. All right. Anyway.
And just remember that they're also people's past loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about the healing and the love that comes with that for me, and that's what it's always about.
Right. This is really cool. I don't know how else to put it. That's really cool. So yeah, you guys, if you are looking to connect with her, she gave you her information a little bit earlier. If you are just now joining the live and you're make sure you hashtag replay. And most importantly, make sure you hashtag authors supporting authors for me, please. And share the broadcast so that we can get Leanne, the Barefoot Medium, out to the Facebook world a little bit faster. So, thank you all for showing up. Leanne, thank you for coming on. Give me one moment and I'm going to stop the broadcast.
Thank you.